Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and foes, geniuses and jackasses, we are back. It's been way too long. A lot has happened. It's been, 3 weeks?
It's been a long
Something like that.
while.
It's been a long time, my friends. We are back. The Santa Boot First podcast. Got plenty to talk about. Phils, Eagles, Sixers are on right now. Maybe some of those guys on the ice. But welcome back. We're looking forward to talking to you. Santa Boot First. Come on back.
How much you got Smitty blowing up the comment section?
Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. All right, boys, we are back with another episode of the Santa Boot First podcast coming to you live from the Northeast Pole. It was a beautiful, balmy 70 degrees up here in almost November.
It's only getting hotter.
Yeah, it's going to be like 80 on Saturday or something.
Something like that.
Crazy. But we are here. It has been a while. We had playoff games. We had, what else? It was a birthday or something. It's been a while. We got a lot to talk about. Some sadness or anger.
Lots.
Some happiness.
Glass case of emotion.
I said it in the one post, that we're going to exercise the demons. This is what we did after the Super Bowl. We got to get it out. Get the venom out. We're mad. We're angry. We're sad. Got to get it out. That's what we got to do. It's best to talk about it. And then we'll go into our birds. There's good stuff there.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens with the other two schlubs in the city. But anyway, I'm Jim Marcus. I'll be the bartender for the evening. To my left, we're missing a compatriot. Normally to my left, it's the ruthless one, but
That was nice.
I guess
the AP.
I guess he's extra sad, and he couldn't make it.
Yeah.
He's extra something. I don't know.
Extra soft.
Yeah.
I was going to say that, but
Salty,
salty. There you go. He's
Bitter.
salty.
bitter. A lot of adjectives you
yes,
could use
yes.
to describe him.
Sitting in a dark room in a corner,
Like Aaron Rodgers.
just shaking.
Ignoring his
Probably
kids.
just
Yeah.
watching like highlights of like the Super Bowl 52.
Kieran's got a shitty diaper.
Or just a good day.
Sophia's trashing the house.
Looking at Hurts exercise videos.
Yeah.
He's getting himself in the right mind frame.
Yeah. I give
So-
him a month.
He's not. He's not here. But we move on. The A team is here. So to my left,
That was generous.
sporting a fantastic St. Joe's shirt.
That's right.
Oh yeah, you guys can bond over that, you dorks.
I went to the university.
Isn't that what that?
He went. I'm thinking it was a prep shirt. My bad. I thought I did see the U now. I thought it was an SJP. My bad. I thought it was a prep shirt.
It's the same thing.
It is.
The
It's
same
basically-
logo.
It is not the same thing.
It's literally the same logo and
A P
name.
instead of a
It's
U.
not.
That's the same bird they use
I'll have to
at
check
St.
it.
Joe's.
Yeah,
Prep.
because it's a hawk, but not the same
You think
style.
they could get a little
hawk.
creative? I don't know. Add a wing. I don't know.
Deke Martin, the elder statesman. Donald Kennedy.
There you go.
Sorry.
What
the elder
up?
statesman. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
To his left, we have the middle Martin,
Hola.
Don Jr.
I wore the Super Bowl champion shirt just so we do know there are good times still,
Good time.
and
Good
there's
vibes.
good times ahead. So
All right,
just
all
to bring it up a
right.
little
Bring it out.
bit.
Yeah, this is gonna be a whole. This isn't a funeral, boys.
yeah.
To his left, the youngest Martin, Andrew Martin. What's going on?
What's up?
What's up? Keeping us live and on the air, the man, Nate Money Pop Moss. You. Before we keep going, we'll thank our sponsors. We got lots of
Gotta do that.
sponsors, lots of sponsors to thank. Because one thing that happened since we were last here is we had our first, hopefully annual Santa Boot First road trip.
Successful one.
Successful, very
Yes,
successful.
it was.
From what we remember, very successful.
Speak for yourself.
Nobody died and nobody went to jail. And nobody's in the hospital, so we're all good.
It was just a loss. That was the only bad part about it, right? And we'll forget about the loss.
Yeah.
Forget
I
about
already
the
did.
Already gone. Past history. But yeah, we had lots of sponsors helping us out with that trip, so we appreciate it. Number one, Stockyard Sandwich Company. Thanks to Will and Stockyard. Guys are great. helping us out. Hope you had a good time there. Pops McCain, we had plenty of whiskey there for Jay. People enjoyed it. Get your pops. Holidays are coming up. Perfect time for pops.
Yeah.
Fink's Hoagies, not a sponsor, but they hooked us up with a deal. Some fantastic hoagies.
Very good hoagies. Chewed a few of them.
Yes, and we know.
Shout out to
yes, very.
They were good. They were good hoagies.
I enjoyed several nice hoagies. How about that?
Red House Bagels.
Yes.
Hooked us up with some breakfast sandwiches. And Panera Bread.
Panera Bread.
Yards. Can't forget Yards. Hooked us up with
big time with the beers.
Yeah, an official measurement was a shit ton of beer. And there's still some left over.
Yeah.
But we'll get through it. We're going through it.
There's
shout out to Yards and Keith.
Yeah.
Who else? Am I getting everybody?
I mean, Franklin Mills Beer Outlet.
Up
a little bit.
Greyhound Bus in Bethany.
Yes.
Shout out
Bethany.
That guy had to put up with 60 drunk.
Yeah.
Well, not 60. I don't think the kids.
I think
drunk.
it was like 10.
No, the kids weren't drunk.
It was like 10 drunk morons.
That's it.
I don't think anybody. I think everyone was just upset.
Yeah.
Like at the end, we're just so like aggravated. Like how we lose, but
yeah.
Shout out Bethany.
Shout out to Bethany.
If you ever need a bus driven, hit up Bethany.
He's your man.
Yeah. And I will say, MetLife Stadium is kind of a dump. Kind of a dump.
It
really was.
It looked like scaffolding, just unfinished building.
Big. That was it.
Yeah.
It was just big.
And the thing that bothers me with it, like, I know it's been up for 10 years now, so like we're late to the party, but like the thing that bothers me about it is you're across the way from New York City, like one of the most famous skylines in the world. You would think they would incorporate a view of the skyline in the stadium, but there's nothing.
No.
Like it's just a
You're
big circle.
You can see the sky if you look straight up.
It's just a big circle. It's so stupid. And the seats are like, I thought the seat was gonna break at any second because it was just plastic, like thin plastic, no real solid mass to it. I don't know. It just.
I will say, I was pleasantly surprised with the prices though.
Yeah,
like, I got Brody tenders and fries. I think it was only like $16.
I got a pounder.
I was expecting it to be like $25.
I got a Miller Lite pounder. I think it was $11.
Yeah,
$11
so that was reasonable.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm shocked at that.
Yeah.
I remember standing in the parking lot during a tailgate and somebody commented, "Looks like a prison." And I turned and I looked and I was like, "Damn, they're right.
There's
does
the
look like a
background right
prison."
there.
It's just metal and concrete. There was nothing that stood out
It
about
looks
it.
like an unfinished building.
Yeah.
Like it's still being completed, but it just
There was no character, no personality to it.
And I guess
nothing stood out.
I guess that's what you get in stadiums that are being shared by two teams. Like,
okay,
I mean, you could do something to zhuzh it up a little bit,
So reflect the area that you're supposed to be representing.
I was a little surprised. Like, you know how when I mean, like again, it's two teams in one stadium, but when you're walking around the stadium, you don't see anything like. I don't remember. At least I don't remember seeing like Jets stuff. You know, like players or like memorable moments or games.
It may be a shared stadium, but everybody knows whose home it is.
Giants.
Yes,
huh?
It's not. The Giants are second-class citizens.
I mean, there was a ton of Eagles fans there. I wouldn't say that it was more Eagles fans than Jets fans. I think it was 50-50 towards the end, leaving it really showed. But shout out Jets fans. They weren't like total jerks. Like probably.
And somebody I work with who's he lived, he's a New York fan. He lives up in the area. He said, "Trust me, Jets fans are nothing like Giants fans." He said, "If you guys went in there with that kind of numbers and there were Giants fans there, would have been a whole different story."
It's funny
he said Jets fans are much more calm.
The two guys that were sitting next to me were Jets fans because they came up like halfway through the first quarter, and they just sat down and they didn't cheer like one way or the other. So I asked them, I'm like, "You guys Jets fans or Eagles fans?" Like, Jets fans. Like they said it quietly. Like, Jets fans. I was like,
"It's your stadium. You can be loud about it."
I was like, "It's okay." Right. Like, I'm not like that type of guy. Like, go ahead, man. They didn't cheer the whole game, even when they won. I was like, "This is weird." Like, you guys are like, you're a fan of the Jets, but you're not cheering when they do good. Like, I don't know. But I guess they were just intimidated. I don't know. Or there's really not
Yeah.
much to cheer about with that team.
No, there's not a whole lot to cheer about, and
There was that day.
Yeah.
There was. You're
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
Well,
anyway.
not until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Well,
there wasn't a whole lot to cheer
defense
about till late.
Was cheering. You could have cheered
Yeah.
for that defense
Yeah.
all game.
Yeah.
And they were making plays all the time.
And I
And the
just
sound system sucked.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't know what that was.
yeah.
You
And
can't
I-
sit for the next 2 minutes or something. Like, what is that?
Well,
You know-
it sounded like a high school game, like
Yeah.
the PA announcer
Yes.
and all. It was
And
brutal.
their
They would play music. As
their
the Eagles got
choice of
first down.
music was really odd.
It was
DMX.
all DMX.
Yeah.
They love DMX.
And it's
up there.
not only that, but what they would play, like when something good happened for the Eagles, they played something like upbeat. I'm
Yeah.
like, I turned to my brother, I said, they know that was for the Eagles, right? Not the
Yeah.
Jets. I know they wear the same colors, but that was good for the Eagles. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I don't get it. And it was just the whole vibe was weird. From like the minute we got into the stadium parking lot to the minute we left. That was
Yeah.
another thing. They don't open for a 4:25 game.
Yeah,
they didn't
that
open
was
the damn lot
ridiculous.
till 11:30.
That was
The
ridiculous.
hell is that about?
That's ridiculous.
We had to sit there for half an hour
Is
waiting
that-
to get in.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like reasoning behind that, but
Well,
I
I
can't.
mean, the 8 o'clock
Was-
game this past week for the Eagles, they opened up the lots at 1.
Yeah.
So it's
Now
like,
was
Yeah,
that
that makes
was
sense.
that because it was a bus parking lot or that was
no,
parking
there were
lots
cars,
in
nothing was
in
open.
general?
Nobody was open.
Nothing was
Wow, that's stupid.
I also found stupid was the Commanders fans in front of me, you, and Uncle Pat going into the stadium.
open. You get dopes like that in every
Yes.
city. They
There
come
are
with
still-
with
Yes.
a completely random jersey on.
Yep.
And his son was an Eagles fan.
Yeah, like I saw at the Dolphins game this past Sunday night, somebody's wearing a
Niners.
Patriots fleece. I'm like,
They were there
What
to
are you
root,
doing?
They were there to root against the Dolphins.
I
but not
guess,
for the Eagles.
Yeah.
I guess
They're hoping
But-
for a tie.
Yeah.
something.
I'm telling you,
Those fans need to get out.
the
If they're
worst
not-
jersey in my section, there was a guy that used to wear a John LeClaire jersey.
To an Eagles
To the
game
Eagles.
every week.
Oh my
Yes.
god!
Oh my gosh. He was just a
What are you
big
doing?
fan
bro?
of John LeClaire.
I guess.
Hey.
I guess. So yeah, the trip was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. The tailgate
Was.
We'll figure it out. If you want to go to an away game, it's a quick, easy away game to get to. It's relatively
Oh,
inexpensive.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
don't get too excited for the stadium.
Yeah.
I was shocked how quick we got there.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing how quick we got. I don't know, and because we're in a loaded bus, you can't go that fast.
Bethany was
He was
pedal to the metal.
Yeah, he
Really?
was
coming home.
No,
He was.
I
he
bet you-
wasn't.
Well, yeah, and I bet you that thing
he
has
was
a
doing
governor
nice
on it.
solid 45, 50 going up.
Yeah, I bet you that those buses have a governor on them, so you can only go so fast anyway
There was a governor on there.
on the accelerator.
So next year we're talking Baltimore, possibly road trip to Baltimore. We'll open it up, get 2 buses maybe next year.
I think we could do it.
I think we
We
could.
can do it.
We just gotta
Stay
we gotta break the curse though. Now 0-2 on trips that we've made together.
Yeah.
I in total I'm I guess 1-3.
Oof.
The 1 win was in Buffalo. Lost when we went to Jacksonville.
And now
Lost Tennessee. And now this one.
I've only been to 2 away Eagles games and I'm 0-2.
I guess I'm 1-2 because we. Oh no, 2-2 because we won against the Giants when I went up to the Giants game in the '90s. Went to a Jets Eagles game up in Giants Stadium back in the early 2000s. I'm not sure if you. Yeah, I guess you were around. And we won that game, and then we lost the last 2 at Tennessee and the Jets this couple weeks ago.
I'm 0-1.
All right, well, it's time to be better, boys.
Brody's on 1 too.
What's up, Brody?
What's up, Birdie?
I hope you had a better performance than The Phillies.
Smitty's still in mourning.
Good
Don't even bring that up.
job, Mr.
He's
Marcus.
in mourning with that, too. Smitty is out on sports.
We could touch on that later on if you
We
want.
can touch on that.
Franklin stinks.
All right, are we done talking about the good times? Do we want to get the piss?
We
and
gotta
vinegar
get it
now?
out.
Yeah,
We
let's
gotta
get the
get it
piss
out.
and vinegar out.
We got to
Yeah.
get it out. All right.
1 for 28. Can I start with that?
Go ahead.
1 for 29, wasn't it?
1 for 28.
Oh.
You're not going to win many baseball
Unless it's
games
29,
here.
you including Jake Cave in that?
Yeah.
Or
It's one at best.
was Castellanos included in that
Yes.
one? Okay.
He went 0 for 8 the last 2 games.
Yep.
He went 0 for 22 after 4 home runs or 5 home runs.
Yeah. He had a
Okay,
home
there's
run
the
in
stat line right there.
his first at bat.
There you go.
You're not going to win games if you're doing that with your top 4 stars.
Nope. Yeah, it was, and you know what the thing is like, I don't find myself angry. I just find myself so disappointed.
No, I find myself just shocked that Topper got that outplayed. He just got
outmanaged.
Outmanaged, same thing. Yeah.
Or the bats is cold.
No,
I don't know if I don't know. I'm like
I think
on the
he
fence
tried to
about
overmanage
Topper.
him instead of just letting the game come to him.
But
he also didn't.
What I had was when they were Game 7, and it was
First and
loaded,
And he
and,
let Rojas.
and yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only question.
Yeah.
Because you got to score it. You got to get a run.
Yeah, your Game 7, you got to put up runs.
You got to get a run there.
And you're not going to do it with Rojas.
He overmanaged the bullpen, but he didn't overmanage. He
But
didn't
did
do
he?
anything with the
Did he
lineup.
overmanage?
And his, no.
Yeah.
His loyalty.
Bringing Kirkering and
Yeah.
Kimbrel in
No,
2 days
his
in a row.
loyalty to the lineup is ridiculous. You should not have
I
Bone
agree.
backing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Bone
Harper.
came through in Game 6 and 7.
But what I'm saying is you had to make the change earlier.
But he came through.
You can't have Bowman and Stockton cold behind Harper.
It's not the manager's fault that the bats were stuck in a freezer,
Oh yeah, I
in
know
a
that.
walk-in freezer. He can't help that. But the flip side of that is loyalty gets you a seat with the fans.
Yeah.
It gets you fired if you stay loyal to your boys
Like
so much so
Kimbrel-
that you lose games because of
we
it.
should have won that game at 5. Just put it out there because Kimbrel should have never pitched game. What was it? 3 that we
4.
brought? 4.
Game 3, you tip
That
your
was-
cap to the pitcher. Hey man, hell of a game.
Yeah.
You lose that game, honestly. Game 4, I have a problem with. Bullpen was
Yeah.
a mess. I mean, granted, Sanchez did what he could. You ask him to not get blown up, and he didn't. I mean, he let up some bad hits, but the bullpen absolutely. I don't understand.
No, Kimbrel
Here's where I
lost in
question.
that game.
Well, it was before Kimbrel.
Yes, dude. No,
But-
they had it.
Why is Hoffman coming in the 3rd inning in Game 4?
Why
Why is Kirkering coming in when you know that this is like the 4th time they saw him in the series? You know they're going to get around on him. That's the game where I think Topper got outmanaged, was Game 4. I think he overmanaged the bullpen then because using Hoffman and Kirkering in those situations, I don't understand. And Kimbrel, I mean, he was your guy all year. You figure, all right, this is your situation. Like, go do what
but
you do.
he had a great
been
first
falling
half of the
off.
season.
He fell off. the
Yeah,
second half.
but if they rode with
But
him
after
into
the All-Star
playoffs,
break,
they rode with him in that situation into the playoffs, and they said, "Look, we're in this situation. Kimbrel's the guy that we've been using. Go do it." He failed miserably, obviously, and you gotta live with it. But I mean, to go back to it, that's what bothers me.
I don't get Steve
I don't-
Librant. He's commenting here. He's not disappointed. He's not
Here's
What
why I'm
else?
not.
He's
what did he say?
content.
he's content. But what did he say? He wasn't.
He's
not
not
angry
angry
or
or
disappointed.
disappointed.
Yeah, not
Here's
angry.
why I'm not
All of a sudden,
fully
my comments
upset.
left.
Here's why I'm not fully upset with this loss in the series. Because one, you still have the core coming back. You really
How
are
can you
missing.
not be upset?
No, listen. Because you're only people you're missing are going to lose is probably Nolan Hoskins.
Oh yeah, only.
Those are.
Hoskins, I'm fine with. Noah was
Noah's a big
he's not
loss.
the best pitcher,
No,
but
He's a big loss. I'm not the
Game 6, he was horrible.
He wasn't horrible. He gave up what? 3 runs? 2 runs?
Game
Here,
6, he
I'm-
wasn't that good, dude.
I am.
Yeah, but he
Yeah, they did say that today.
when Nola left in Game 6, we were still in the game. We still had a
Yeah,
shot
he-
to win the game.
It was only 1 run, right?
Yeah, 1 or
Didn't give
2.
up
It was 2-1 or 3-1 or something like that.
I think it was 3-1.
So I'm not sad.
Yeah,
Like I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm pissed off. Like this team,
Yeah.
Last year was great. Last year was fun.
was a lot of fun.
Last year you could be sad because it was such a great run and we
Yeah.
got there and we really feel like that.
2 wins
It was
away.
the World Series. We
Yeah.
had a chance. This was you expected. So I'm gonna equate this to the team that's playing right now, the Sixers. The Phillies aren't getting a pass anymore. They're expected to be here and they're expected to move on. And you say, or Steve, be content. You still have the core. The core hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Right, I know Trey's only been here this year, but this is 2 years now where Nick,
Schwarber
the
and
beginning of the
Castellanos.
playoffs, he was hot. It's like he left his bat at home when they went to Arizona, and he never figured He's out there swinging like he's playing badminton. Like his swings look so soft.
Yeah.
So that's where I partly blame Topper. Like, you need to give these guys asses. And like, what are you doing? This
It's
is
not
the
his
playoffs.
style.
All right. Well,
It's just not. It's not his personality.
He did yell at them in July.
So does he have a personality?
Yelled what?
Does he have a bench?
Hey
coach
guys,
that will
get
do
it
that?
together. Or was he Larry Boa? I doubt he was Larry Boa.
Does he have a bench coach that will tell these guys to get their heads out of their asses?
Maybe. I don't know who the bench coach is.
So
I
they
heard.
should be a competing team.
Yes,
the next
I've also
few years,
heard.
at least few years.
Yeah,
to
oh,
try
yeah,
the contract
oh, yeah.
These guys have.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I fully I fully expect the next 4 to 5 years that they're going to be right there.
It's
Yeah, it
exactly.
is.
It's hard. Now they had a shot, right? Because they were up, what, 3-2 coming home.
They were up 3-2.
They were up 2-0 and 3-2 coming home with 2 to play.
Yep. You got to win that series.
You got to.
No
and
excuse.
you lost it to it in fear. Not that one of Steve's points was like they were throwing in our faces how bad the D-backs were. They were a worse team than us.
They won 84
They were
games.
a worse team than us. You
And
lost
they
to them.
backed
It's
into the
not like-
playoffs. The Cubs literally choked, and the Diamondbacks got into the playoffs. Don't tell me the Cubs got in, or the Diamondbacks got in because they were a good team.
Last year? We backdoored in last
No,
year.
we didn't. We won getting into the playoffs. The Diamondbacks lost
But I'm
because
saying it was
and then the
last
Cubs
year.
lost.
I'm
It was the last series.
Yeah,
of the
no.
season.
I will say that the Diamondbacks. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, they're a hot team right now,
they're gonna
and that's what the Phillies were last year, with decent enough pitching. But I'm not going to sit here and say that the Diamondbacks are the best team in
and
baseball.
the Braves
No.
fans laughing, saying "Attaboy Arcia," or
Well,
saying,
the Braves fans can't do anything.
"Yeah, they don't know how to win.
I'm
They
not-
won
I don't
one
even
lucky
care.
World Series."
I don't even care
Or
about the Braves
that-
fans.
you know.
We own them. I don't
Yeah.
care. But yeah, I'm just so disappointed. I mean, like watching Game 7, you just could see they had no juice.
No.
Like nothing in that lineup was getting them fired up.
Yeah.
Like, they got
and I don't
up
get
2-1.
that.
They got up 2-1 early, and it's like, all right. Like they had a chance to break it open,
Yes.
and they just couldn't do it. They just couldn't
Yes.
hit the ball.
We've been talking about how Harper might be the most clutch Philly athlete ever, and
He
didn't
not
come through.
did not come through.
And it's hard to blame Harper. It is because of how good he's been for us. And without Bryce, they're not even in this situation. They might not even be in the postseason. But he is your guy. You need him to come through in that situation late in the game.
And I was the biggest Nick hater. You guys all know that. And Steve reminds me of it all the time. And it's hard to blame him too. Like he had a great season.
They're
without
not
the
in the
season.
yeah.
Maybe
They're not in the
but
NLCS.
These
probably
guys
without
are
him.
not like when it matters.
They folded.
They lost it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard rumors about Trout getting traded here. I don't think that's happening.
Who?
Trout.
No, that's not
That's
happening.
not. You have to give
they're-
up too much to get him.
The Phillies' only moves this year are to bring back Nola and
But
Hoskins.
then here's my question: would you do it?
Everyone else is
Did anybody
here.
move?
So do you think
they-
Pache you
Hoskins play.
first, but you'd have to move Harper back
Yeah.
in the right
And
field,
No, I heard he might go to left.
no.
and then put
And
Schwarber at
you
DH.
switch. You wrote. Here's what I.
What
think.
do you do with Cast?
I think Rojas doesn't make. I know this is going to sound crazy. I think Rojas is not going to be on the team to start the year next year until he gets his bat figured out.
Well, I was going to say, what if he comes up
So
in
that
spring
leaves
training?
that leaves
He's got to
and
figure it
also-
out.
Pache and Marsh.
When
He's
you-
going to play winter
wait.
ball somewhere.
Also, when you, as a manager says his bat doesn't mean anything to us in the playoffs, it's all gravy because it's defense. That's horse crap. You need everyone you can get in the Game 7 of NLCS.
But you can afford to sacrifice
with-
a bat for an
with-
insane glove.
With the way that lineup was hitting
You
at
didn't
the
need him
time,
to come through.
they didn't need his bat. They needed
It
his
just
glove.
so happened that everyone went ice cold, and they needed Rojas, and
He couldn't get
you
it through.
couldn't. You
The
couldn't.
only thing he did when he got up to the bat was pretend to bunt.
Yeah.
he did lay down
And
one.
s-
He
and
did lay down
swinging a
one nice
pitch
bunt,
up here.
but
He loved the
That's
high
the thing, like-
fastballs.
It was so easy. Like every time he came up the bat, you could just see, like, oh, he's going to chase after the high fastball. He did it every at bat. Like, dude, they're going to figure that out after 1 or 2 at bats. But yeah, I think
Marsh was the
I
only,
think-
Marsh was the only one
Marsh
that
was
was.
hitting.
the only
Marsh
one
should
hitting.
have been moved up in the lineup.
I think Rojas might not make the team to start the year next year. Figure out his bat.
Well,
They need to get
And
benched too. They need to
Steve,
get
Steve
more.
said Dombrowski said today that Rojas will start in the minors.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean,
They need to get bench. Like they had Jake Cave. Wes
You
Wilson.
don't rely on your bench in the playoffs. That's not baseball.
I
Yeah,
know,
well,
but-
when you pinch hit, you need somebody to come up
Yeah.
and to get a hit for you.
Not in the last out of the game. I mean, I can't blame Jake
No.
Cave.
For Rojas, and the bases are loaded, you have a chance to blow the door up.
I think
can't go to
Topper's
anyone.
thinking was, it's still early enough in the game where we can do this again. I'm going to sacrifice this at bat. And that's it costs them. But I don't agree with it. I think you still should have pinch hit for Rojas.
I think you had to send them.
It's all in hindsight now, too. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
2020 now.
Right.
So, I mean,
And
it's easy to nitpick now, but
during
in the moment, it's all different. You know,
during
It's-
Thompson's interview, he was asked, I know it's only 2 days away or since. What are your thoughts about the game, the series, yada yada yada? He says, what I always do after a series is I reflect on what happened during the series, what I could have done differently, what I should have kept, whatever. And he said, yeah, I have reflected so far on things that I could have done with the lineup and maybe with the pitching also. So he's already thought about this.
I don't know if you've watched or seen pictures of Topper. I kind of see like a resemblance of him and Topper, like the black hair with the slick back.
I don't have black hair.
What do you have? Listen. What color hair do you
Dirty
have?
blonde.
Dirty blonde?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I wouldn't say black hair, but I think
exactly.
dirty blonde, bro.
Are you colorblind?
You're a brunette.
That's what I was told a long time ago, and I'm
Yeah.
sticking with
You're
it.
blind. But I mean, it's. That was good. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to nitpick now, but I think in the moment, you kind of ride or die with your guys. And the main issue was all postseason and all season, they relied way too much on the long ball, and
Yes.
that's what bit them in the ass in
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah,
You rely all these guys at home runs, and
they have sluggers, not hitters.
yeah, exactly.
But I thought but that's not the case.
Trey Turner
Aren't
is
Trey and Castellanos supposed to be hitters?
Well, Castellanos is more of a slugger.
He's more of a slugger.
But I would say
But
Trey
Bone-
Turner,
He hit doubles
Bone,
all year long.
Stott,
Marsh, Boom.
Marsh, Turner, they're all supposed to be hitters.
Yeah. And they didn't come through.
Can I ask if we can get rid of one thing?
What? The song? I'm with it.
Stupid
I'm
song.
with it.
Yeah, I'm
Get
done with
over
it.
Stupid
I'm
song.
done.
We gotta
I'm done.
go.
It's a loser
I-
song.
I
It's a
said it
loser
last
song.
year too. It's
Second place song.
just a stupid song.
I don't think it's stupid. It got the team fired up, rallied, city rallied behind it. But now that you lost twice with it, you can't bring it back.
You
Can't
gotta
bring
get
it
rid of
back.
Get rid of it.
Nope.
And it sucks because I was fun. I thought it was fun every time. But
You gotta find a new song.
you got to find a new slant.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick another dumb song.
I'll pick a good song.
I saw somebody said now that they can't do Dance on My Own, somebody said they should do Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody for next year. And I was like, we don't have to stay on this theme
Yeah.
of dancing.
We don't have
in
to
the rain.
dance. You know what I heard about the Diamondbacks? What they play in their locker room?
What?
Dreams and nightmares.
Oh, me.
Yeah,
They
everybody
did that. They did that just to troll Philly. But that's fine. I mean,
And
they
Zach
earned it.
Gallen
They earned it.
posted on his Twitter.
Zach Gallen, yeah, that dude was going after fans on Twitter. I'm like, no, like this dude
I
got
missed it.
blown up.
Yeah, he
Like,
got
He
rocked.
put on. He
should not be-
screenshotted a picture like the February tickets.
Yeah, and he
for
said
spring
Phillies,
training.
Phillies
yeah,
fans
yeah,
buy
yeah,
your
yeah.
next game's tickets. And
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you didn't do anything in that
Yeah,
series.
you
Like,
got
relax.
denial.
Ready to get your
You were in the
handed
group
by Texas.
you were in
Yeah,
the
they're
group
gonna lose
project, but you didn't get the A. Everyone else got the A, you know?
You put your name on the page.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't do all that, pal. Relax. But I mean, hey, Phillies. I think the Phillies beat themselves more than the Diamondbacks beat them. But
Yeah,
so be it.
they lost. They're ahead in the 8th inning in Game 4. They lost that game. Credit, I guess, Arizona for digging in and coming back, but I think it was more on the Phillies not executing.
And then,
They figured us out.
Yeah,
They figured us
yeah,
out. They
that's
knew
what
how
it
to pitch
was.
to us.
Yeah.
Pitch around Harper, pitch around Schwarber.
Yeah, because
And-
nobody else
Like,
could beat them.
they
like you
knew
said,
Turner
they're-
Bone wouldn't do anything.
Every hit we had, like their gloves were magnets.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
If we had a
They
hit that
played
wasn't a
every
long
position.
ball,
Unless it was over the fence.
yeah.
They
caught it.
They played every position perfectly for every hitter. We like every hit for them. It seemed like was going up the middle. Whereas when
Yes.
we did it, it was right to the shortstop or second baseman on
Yep.
either side.
Yep.
It's
They were
like what the
positioned
hell?
Also, why are you still pitching to Corbin Carroll after he's proven time and time again?
They should have walked.
He is.
Another thing.
He's rocking the ball.
Hindsight, they
Pitch
should have
around
walked him in that circumstance, but it is what it is. And now we got to look into the next year and hope they.
I think they're back in the same situation.
I'm not
next
worried.
year.
Like, I'm not saying the sky's falling for this offseason. Like, they're never going to go back. I know some people are thinking that, but you still have a great team in here.
They're
like,
not old.
No,
they're getting older,
No.
but they're not old. Right.
They're like
Bryce
window
is
is
middle of
slowly.
the pack.
Yeah,
Bryce is
the window
31.
is slowly. It's not slamming shut.
he's still in his peak though.
Every
Bryce
year
is
it's
still in his
slowly
prime.
closing.
He's 31. Now he can play the field next year, so that's huge. Trey Turner's going to be okay.
Trey Turner's gonna be
I
fine.
think I don't know what they do with Schwarber, if they trade him or what.
He's staying.
But if he's coming back,
I
that's
think
another
he stays as a
that's another
DH.
45, 50 home runs.
I think the most tradable guy is Castellanos.
Or Schwarber, I think.
more Schwarber than Castellanos.
I think I'd rather see Castellanos get traded just because it opens up right field for Bryce to
Yeah, 'cause
play.
you gotta,
And then you're gonna bring
you're gonna
back
have all that
Hoskins.
problem with
And
And you bring Reese back then.
Yeah, and you can lock Schwarber into the everyday DH and just have
Because
Marsh
if you
play
get rid
left.
of Schwarber, you lose most of your power.
You lose
in the line.
45 home runs, and they needed that. They need that late in the season. So I mean, I don't know if there's a trade this year. I think it is Castellanos, or
get an arm for him.
I was going to say I think it's a package deal. I think it's Castellanos
Rojas.
packaged with one of Marsh, Rojas, or Pache.
I think it's Pache or Rojas.
Because they can all play center field, and
Yeah.
whoever doesn't play center field is just going to play left field.
Yep.
So, but if now, like I didn't see Dombrowski's press conference, but if he ain't starting in the majors next year, who's going to want him starting on their team to start the season next year? So,
Steve says that Hoskins and Schwarber are the same guy.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
No way.
I don't
What?
know. Well, they bat opposite side of the
on
plate.
on their Q rating, Steve? Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Well, they're opposite sides of the plate. Number one, Hoskins can't play the outfield, and Schwarber can't play the infield.
Well, they're both bad fielders. I'll
Yeah,
give you
they're
that.
both average
But
fielders.
I think Hoskins hits better for average than Schwarber does.
Yeah.
Schwarber's the only guy I know that
Hoskins brings more offense.
I
You can't put Hoskins at the leadoff. Not that
No.
Schwarber.
no,
Not that Schwarber should be, but
No.
he's got a great on base
I
Well,
think-
percentage.
I think
the reasoning
Schwarber's-
behind that is to get the have a 1-0 lead, like to get on the team early.
I think Schwarber's more valuable than Hoskins is.
And Schwarber's the only did it.
Even though you just went to the World Series
Yeah.
with Hoskins, but
and I think Schwarber brings a lot to the locker room. That
oh yeah, they
Yeah, Hoskins
all
does.
mentioned how that clubhouse is so tight and so well bonded, and it's because of Schwarber.
I
apparently.
think was it Middleton or Dombrowski said they've never seen a locker room guy like Schwarber before.
They did like a poll. Yeah, they did a
Yeah.
poll, and he's like the number one around the league. He was like the number one voted clubhouse guy, Schwarber. Yeah,
There you go, Schwarber.
there you go. He's meeting the standard in
He
clubhouse.
is.
I've never heard of a dude that hits 40+ home runs, 100+ RBIs, and still can't bat over 200.
That's fine. He's hitting
It's
you.
all right. I mean, that's what you get with sluggers.
Yeah, exactly. It's all he is.
Strikeouts and home runs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you did break you.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's
He
the
gets on
formula.
base. He
Yeah,
gets on base.
yeah. Moneyball. That's all you need. All right. You need a guy getting on base on the leadoff spot.
You're the beer leadoff, but if Schwarber works the leadoff, then leave him there.
If it ain't broke. I don't think it is either. They just went cold. They picked
It
a
is-
really horrible time to go cold. Yeah.
Steve is
All right,
dying
we get-
on this Hoskins Schwarber same guy hill.
I said they're both defensive liabilities, but you can't compare them as hitters.
Thanks, Dad. All right, we done with the Phils. We get it all out.
Yeah.
Sure.
On to next year.
On to next year, and on to our Eagles. On to the Birds. You coming in for this, kid? Football talk? Are you gonna need a mic?
As he wears a
You're
Phillies
gonna need a mic
shirt.
as he sports his Trey Turner T-shirt.
Really, Trey Turner?
That was in the beginning of the season. Yeah.
Why is he batting left-handed?
Yeah.
I just
I thought it was Bryce
Ask
Harper.
art history. They
And
made
so
this
it's
shirt.
Ah,
it looks
okay.
like so if he bat right-handed, his back's to the Sure.
Well, all right.
Come on.
That's weird.
Details, DJ. Details.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. What did we miss? We missed the Jets game. We didn't get to talk about that.
Yeah.
Was the last game we were here for the Washington game?
I guess
That
so.
was
The overtime.
The
Yeah.
overtime game. Then we had the great game Monday night or Sunday night against the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Beginning of the season here, some of us were saying, watch out for the Dolphins. I know Smitty.
I said that.
So
nervous.
I have them
still
in the
think-
Super Bowl. Yeah,
Look, I still think they have a great offense.
Yeah.
Some nights they don't click, but
they were missing 2 of their running backs, right?
yeah.
I mean, Jeff Wilson played, but wasn't he banged up?
Yeah, he just got off of
And-
IR. They didn't have
Yeah.
a chain.
And
And
Mostert,
Waddle went in and out of the
Mostert's
game.
okay. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Waddle went in and out. They don't really have a tight end.
Yeah, Gesicki's not there. I don't
Yeah.
even know who their tight end is.
No, they did bring in somebody. Like, wasn't it I don't remember, but I thought it was somebody
Who's
decent.
Miami's tight end?
Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do anything against us.
No,
so, like,
nobody of note.
yeah.
I was gonna say Gesicki.
No,
but
yeah,
he's,
that's
in,
right.
he's in New England.
Yeah.
The only good team they beat is the Chargers. Then after that, it's the Broncos.
Right.
You're like Smitty now, saying
Yeah.
that.
But we lost to the Jets, so
Exactly. I think the Dolphins are still a good team.
Speaking of devil, he just tuned in.
Chiefs lost to the
all right.
Lions.
He was listening.
I thought they only had 1 loss.
He just didn't want to. He didn't want to listen to the Phillies talk. So now his radar went off. And now
DJ has a tight end. Thanks, Smitty.
All right. So
kids just go to
let's
bed.
get on to our birds. Okay, so we haven't been here in a few weeks. I want one word first on the Eagles season so far. What you got? Whatever. Okay. It's one word.
Expected. You said one word. I want to say as expected, but I'm limited to one word.
I'm gonna say moderate.
Moderate?
Yeah, I think
Moderate,
I think they could be a lot
dude.
better.
They're 6-1.
And they looked bad. They haven't really reached
One
their
word
peak.
to sum up their average.
Yeah, see, I know he's
What?
gonna say something bad like that.
Why average? Because they have done nothing to prove me that they're the same team as last year.
They're 6-1.
They're 6-1.
I know. I just
They
said
could
moderate,
be
but I'm
7-0.
because I think they could be 7-0. But like,
And
I also
also
think-
Hurts does not look the same as last year. I'm gonna put it out there. He looks.
you can't protect the ball. That's
He can't, and he looks like he can't read
gotta
the
limit.
defense.
Gotta
anymore.
limit the turn.
And he looks at one dude again. It feels like.
You're just
I'm the
stop
same,
talking.
but
I need you to stop talking.
I don't know if I want inconsistent or incomplete. They haven't put together, and we've said it. They just haven't been able to put together a full game yet. And we keep saying if they do, wow, they're unstoppable.
Yeah.
We're 6-1.
Can I just say, like,
6-1, right? So
think of any other fan base.
yeah,
Who, if they're 6-1, they're like, oh my god,
We would've
and we're sitting here like we're 1-6.
worst team ever.
Like,
Lucky they make the
yeah.
playoffs.
It's like Smitty's here or texting, man. He's firing them off.
And look at the Lions. The Lions are 5-2.
Yeah.
They're sitting on their high horses.
Well, they just got humbled by the
Yeah.
Ravens.
Lamar took him to task.
Lions
Yeah.
don't scare me.
No, you know what's Brody? It's funny. Nobody in NFL scares me, really. I mean, Chiefs
Yeah,
don't
after-
scare me. The Lions don't scare me.
I'm not scared of
Cowboys.
them.
Cowboys
I'm just-
don't. Even the Niners. Niners don't scare
Yeah,
me.
I was gonna say after the Niners, what they did and what we did to Miami. Like if we play our game,
Nobody's
nobody
beating
beats
us.
Our-
Right.
The defense. All right, let's.
A little
defense.
sus. A little sus.
The defense is sus. You're saying
The secondary.
the secondary.
A little sus.
Slay's been a bit of a disappointment. I know he had the big interception.
Yeah,
last
yeah,
weekend,
yeah.
But
He's getting
dude,
burned a little
he's
bit.
getting burned a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
He's older. He's getting
But
long
now
in the tooth.
they brought in Byron.
Yeah, we'll see what he
and
does.
See what he does back there.
I'm excited for him.
Short a secondary up, but the defensive line,
They're getting after it
There's-
again.
Fletch is. I know he's getting older, but
He
looks
looks good.
great, but
Man.
Reddick's starting to come alive, which
Carter
is huge.
and Davis.
They're insane.
It's just that's
There's
why
no
nobody can
blocking
run on
them.
us.
Yeah.
It's young, right? We got a
Yeah.
young line. Sweat's playing well. BG's not doing much, but you don't need the rest of these
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
Are
Even
playing well.
it's funny.
Barnett looks
Derek
great.
Barnett's still on the team, but you don't hear him.
Smitty, what side are you on?
Nolan Smith is starting.
No one got a
looking
sack.
good.
Showed some speed the other night.
He didn't get blocked. Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't get touched.
Hey, he was fast. The guy still had to be fast to get there.
You're just.
He's on the stat sheet, Nate. He's on the stat sheet.
I mean, I'm a Nolan guy. I think he's gonna be good, but to Nate's point, like he didn't even get touched. Like he just ran by the guy. Yeah, I know.
You
You
don't. I mean,
Rudy, he was offsides. He got a
Yeah,
sack.
you're right. You're right.
He's got movies made about him.
Yeah, they will make a movie called Smith or Nolan, maybe.
What's it called?
Nah, defensive line looks really good. They look like they're starting to come back to life like they were last year. which is good because they need them come that playoff time. I mean, they got to the Super Bowl because of their two lines. So
Offensive line looks good.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have gotten a chance to watch the mic'd up episode yet that they put out. So this week it's Hurts and Goddard. And every time they did the brotherly shove, Goddard was just talking trash. Like, you know it's coming, and you still can't stop it.
Yeah,
Like,
I love it.
Yeah,
He was
it's
interviewed
awesome.
yesterday, and he said the same thing.
And the one was like the 4th and 1 they did, and Kelsey, gets up from the bottom of the pile and just screams like, "You can't stop it!" Like he's just so fired up, and I love it because I know how pissed off people get when they see it happen because their team can't do it or other teams aren't successful with it,
Or they're saying it's injury prone.
Yeah,
Their tires get
and
injured
it's just
often.
like the Eagles do it every week, multiple times a week, to perfection. And it's just because it's a Philadelphia team that's an issue for the league.
Or they're getting
Show
like
me the
3
injury.
yards off of
The
it.
first injury was this week with Purdy. And
It's because
I wouldn't even say that. Yeah,
like he went
jumped over.
head first over a pile of big bodies. You're gonna get hit, dude. Like, what are you doing? Hurts is smart enough where he might dive head first, but he goes left or he goes behind one of his guys and gets pushed, like going down. Purdy just went in head first, like.
And from what I've heard, the Eagles practice to play. The other teams don't practice to play. And that's
how
why
do
they're
you-
so good at
How
it.
do you practice that though without like trying to get hurt in practice?
Well,
You just do it against air and just like set up
Well,
bags.
if you think about it, if they're pushing against those 200-300 pounders right in the middle, I mean that's some
Yeah.
good practice.
yeah.
You're
Carter and
getting through.
Davis.
Yeah.
I would actually like to
Good
see it.
practice.
I would love to see it ran against us and see how we did.
Yeah.
Like,
Nobody's really running
because
against
we don't
us.
because we don't allow those situations to happen.
That's true too.
Like that's the big thing is like people get pissed off about it. It's like, all right, well, don't allow a situation where
3rd
we
and
can
1.
run it.
Yeah.
You know, like stop us.
7
Fourth-
times a game.
Yeah,
fourth,
like,
fourth
stop
and
us.
less than a yard.
You know, like
Even
if
on
it's-
our own
it's
26.
gotten
Yeah.
to the point, like in the stadium, you see it's like 4th and 3, and people start booing, like you're not going for it.
Yeah.
Because they'll need an inch, and they get 4 yards.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
every time
Yeah.
they don't get less than 2 yards.
Nah,
I'll say
yeah.
that, but yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I still find it hard to believe that it's only successful 88%.
Yeah,
With the
seems like
Eagles,
every
it's
time.
only 88%.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I was surprised at that number too.
I thought it 69% of the times it was effective. 99%.
It's
What did he say?
92% of the time it works every time because I think that was last year's rate with it and this year's. I think the only reason why it's down this year's penalties. I think.
Well, didn't we miss one on purpose so we could do it again or something like
We
that?
did a fake out of one too, right?
I don't know if you've just seen when Kelsey lines up, he puts both his hands down. So like a couple times they called Dickerson off sides thinking it was his arm.
Well, that's what happened
Well,
the other night, right?
he's got to put. He
Yeah,
can only
yeah.
put one down.
Now apparently he can put 2 down. I don't know.
How's the ball get snapped then?
One on the ball and one on his ground.
Well, yeah. All right. The way you explain it, it didn't sound like.
Yeah, I made him sound like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Brody understood, right, Brody?
He was in a push-up position. And
Keep watching the Sixers get spanked.
I just love how they're so like they just do it every week to perfection, and it just pisses off the whole league. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, every time it's like 4th and 1, the whole crowd knows what's coming.
Yeah.
They all start going crazy.
Yep.
It's awesome, and I mean I don't know if I've seen it yet live, but like I would love to see it live. I can't. I mean, it's probably the most exciting play of the whole game.
Yeah, that stadium gets fired up.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like our play. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Especially
like
when they're doing it for the 4th time,
Yeah.
then the 5th time, then
Yeah.
the 6th time.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like
It's coming.
the anticipation when they line up is weird because you know what's going to happen. You know it's going to be good, but the anticipation, and then when they make it, everybody goes nuts anyway. It's like, wow, this is really strange.
Smitty's getting
Good,
out
but
of,
strange.
Smitty's getting out of hand. He says he does a tush push every night.
Yeah.
All right, dude. I don't need to hear that. It's not after hours.
Getting there.
All right, so what's been a disappointment for this team?
The inconsistency.
Well, we can all,
Who's been a disappointment?
we
for
can't say the return game anymore.
Oh, who's watching?
I know,
see
but
that?
Who's
but
analyzing?
was
that
that
lost
not
about
a
that?
disappointment the last couple
Who's
years?
analyzing? the
Has that
special?
not been a disappointment?
No, but I'm just
yes,
saying-
it was.
We're
Nobody's
not
been-
crying about Covey.
Yeah, like
No,
nobody's
thank
analyzing.
you.
the
Say,
special
yeah.
teams.
About the Queen dying, but that's about it.
Queen died.
Like Britain. Brain Covey. But who's been a disappointment? Are you asking, or like
Yeah,
what
who-
part of the game?
Or what part?
I mean, I can't really. Honestly, Devontae, a lot of more drop passes than we're used to.
He had a couple tough
and he
catches
made
last
really
week.
good catches last week. But I feel like he should be. I don't know if it's just the offense, the way it's going right now, but I feel like he's not involved enough right now. I don't know if it's just they're not calling his
I
name.
agree with him not being involved, and
I
I
mean, AJ's
wonder-
on a tear right now.
yeah, he's on a tear,
Historic tear. But
and how much of it has to do with AJ sulking a little bit, and also AJ and Hurts being buds.
I don't know. I don't think that's as much of a factor as more. It's like
I think that's also-
AJ Brown's just that good. Like,
Yeah, but Devontae could be that good too.
oh, Devontae Smith's a number one.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
Yeah,
I feel like the balls that Hurts are throwing Devontae are harder to get.
Yeah, they're all
Yes.
high.
Like I
Yeah.
feel like AJ's are right there.
Yeah,
And
you're
when-
right. You're right.
I just feel like Smitty's always jumping to get it.
Yeah.
he
And
had
he's got
that.
two guys on
He
him.
skied for that one catch and got hit
First down.
immediately,
Yeah.
and then the one that got
Tipped
was
up.
it tipped at the line,
Yeah.
and then he juggled it around.
He caught
He
it.
got blasted as soon as he caught that too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like weird. He's like he started off the season. What did he have? Like 3 touchdowns first 2 games or 4
Yeah.
touchdowns, and it's like he's just like a third option because it's Brown, Goddard, and Smith right now.
Swift.
Runners are playing on player. Like,
Yeah,
because
maybe.
he always seems to have a defender on him. where
Yeah.
AJ seems to be open more.
Separated. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting better separation at the line or better with his hands.
I don't know. Maybe hopefully with Julio being here, it kind of draws a little more attention off of him. But I don't know.
What are you
Who knows?
expecting? We set the over/under for Julio for touchdowns this year. I put it at 2.5.
I
I was going to say two.
Two.
Going under.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not expecting much from him.
I don't even
No.
know if he gets one.
No,
If to me, he's a red zone because we haven't been good in the red zone
Yeah.
until I guess last week, right?
Yeah.
But even that Goddard ran it in from at 24
Yeah,
yards,
something like
so
that.
maybe not even that, but they need a bigger body in the end zone.
I was just say when Quez comes back, what do you do with him? Because he's only out for another what? He's on IR, so it's 4 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. So what do you do with what do you do with
has Zacchaeus had a catch since he's been
no?
out?
Well, yeah,
Not
he got
since
the touchdown. He got the touchdown against Tampa Bay.
No, since Quez has been out.
He caught a game or caught a pass or two against the Jets. I
He
remember hearing his name.
Well, he from what I hear, he's a really good downfield blocker, and that's why they play him.
Like Zach Pascal.
Yeah.
Or Matt
Yeah.
Collins when Matt Collins is
But that's weird to hear. The reason why you're playing as a wide receiver is because you're a good blocker.
I mean, teams like the Eagles that run the ball very effectively, it's because they have.
Yeah, and
Receivers
that's a
that are good
luxury to have.
Yeah.
To have a
I'm
wide
just
receiver
curious,
that's
like,
a good blocker.
when Quez comes back, like, what do they do with Zacchaeus, now Julio, and Quez? Like,
Yeah,
you got to, I guess, go Quez, right? You go back to him being the 3.
I would think like
But they seem very
who's getting paid more between Quez and Zacchaeus?
Quez.
Quez is.
Yeah. No, they're both on rookie deals.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Well, no, Zacchaeus probably
he got
League-
drafted, right?
league minimum.
Who was drafted higher?
Oh,
Was Quez drafted or was he a free agent?
Quez was drafted in like
Undrafted
the 5th or 6th round. Oh man, that's a good-
Regardless, it's neither of them was a first
But
rounder, so it's not gonna be that much
when
of a difference.
Quez does come back, I think I'd rather see Julio still play the 3 slot guy than either of them. Or you slide Devontae in the slot because he's more built for that, I guess, with
But
his
you're losing speed,
slipperiness.
right? Like Quez is the only one that has
Who?
speed.
No, Devontae's AJ Brown's got over 125 yards last 4 weeks.
It's not because of his
It's not because
speed.
Who cares?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's like you don't have
Quez can't catch the
how
ball,
many
but
deep
he's
balls
quick.
have they thrown
With who?
with Quez being
I think not as many, but I think what were they doing when he was playing? Like how many did they
out? He get
throw?
one a game and miss it.
And AJ's
And
yeah,
drop it.
but AJ's catching them. He gets a lot of deep balls, and AJ makes more plays than Quez does.
Yeah, AJ's the clear
Well,
one.
yeah.
There's no
I think he's the second best receiver in the league right now.
statistically, yeah.
I think of
it's
like
Tyreek than him.
yeah, but I think even nonsense. I think AJ Brown's top 3 and he's number 2.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill's unguardable, but I think AJ Brown's right there.
They did a pretty good job against him last week.
He still had a touchdown,
That's
like
why he
100
went-
yards.
Yeah.
That's why Howie Wooden got a safety.
Right. But, I mean, he had his catches, but he didn't have a ton of yards.
He had like 100 yards.
You sure about
Yeah, it
that?
was just so quick you didn't see it.
100.
I have him in fantasy. I think he had 8
88
catches.
yards, 11
88.
catches, and a touchdown.
There you go.
And he
11.
also had a drop touchdown.
So that's 8 yards a catch.
Still pretty decent. Very good math by you. By
Somebody,
Quick.
yeah,
That's a prep.
the way.
that's
Yeah.
right.
That's
Somebody
very
with his lightning speed should be averaging more than 8 yards a
Alright.
catch.
He's still a monster.
He is.
He's
I'm
got-
not
He
denying
has
that.
100 more yards.
I was just
than
saying he's going to
the
get
next guy
1,000
behind him.
yards by week 9.
Hmm?
He's going to get 1,000 yards this week.
Brown-
Yeah,
Brown's
but he
on
didn't.
a
He
start
didn't have a
pace.
killer game against us.
But also, he had a called back touchdown and a drop
Yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, whose fault is it he dropped it?
So it's-
I don't know, what else have we
Look at-
missed with the Eagles since we haven't been here?
Well,
Josh
does
Sweat is better than Micah Parsons.
Sweat is better than Micah Parsons.
This guy's learning. I've been trying to teach you now for 2 years.
I've been the biggest.
This dude
fan
is a
fan.
fraud out in Dallas.
And so is James Franklin.
And now, hold on. As an Eagles fan,
it
if,
might come with the territory.
if
against Penn
Jalen
State.
Hurts went on a podcast and said
I was gonna
Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the NFL, how would you feel about that? Because that's what Parsons just said with the Eagles.
Yeah, and Cowboys fans are not happy with him.
I mean,
Here's-
how
here's
can you
the
be
thing.
that dumb?
Here's the thing.
Because you went to Penn State.
Maybe
I
it's
know.
all the slow play. Maybe he's taking the Cowboys down from the inside. As soon as his deal's up, he's
Oh,
coming back to Philly.
I would love him because on
He's
Eagles. I mean,
coming
I'm
back
not
to
gonna lie, dude's a great.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin your scoop. You know, it's
What did you say, Andrew, to piss off Smitty?
Just said James Franklin's a fraud.
No,
did Smitty leave?
no, he
Nice,
said
like-
fight me, Andrew.
Well-
Dude, I'm not wrong. You can't beat a top 10 team. He's 1-8 against them.
All right, we're not
1-9.
talking about that right now, though.
You want us to tease it?
Wait,
You wanna
wait.
tease
Nate has insider scoop about mediocre.
Meeting who?
Oh,
Mediocre.
I thought you said a hooker.
Beating
A
a
hooker.
hooker. I'm like, where's this going?
That's breaking news.
I don't know this story.
Where's that breaking news sounder at, Nate? You met a hooker.
You have an inside scoop about that, though? How's that? Without getting your sources.
Wait,
in
wait.
trouble.
What are we talking about?
Really?
They had the opportunity
That's
last
pretty
week.
cool. That's pretty
They
cool.
were retiring Micah's high school jersey,
Okay.
or retiring his jersey for his high school last weekend. So Nate had the opportunity. They didn't do it?
Why?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Really?
Ooh.
That's a slap in the face. Yeah.
So Nate went out and interviewed his dad.
That's actually really cool.
If you want to catch that interview, it'll be Dallas week. You thinking?
So
Any tidbits, any teasers?
yeah, you got to have some.
We talked about him coming to the Eagles.
Oh, it's
all right.
happening. It's happening. Per source.
So-
per source.
I mean, look.
Micah Parsons will
Look,
be an Eagle.
look. There are like,
And that's inside sources as you get,
well, look. There are
other
like,
than straight from the horse's mouth.
a lot of teasers from Micah himself that you could tell this dude is jealous of the Eagles. Like he went.
How could you not be?
He on draft night, crying about, they got Jalen Carter, they got Nolan Smith. He was vividly upset about that. He went to the Sixers game, sat courtside with the Sixers jersey on. He's been seen cheering on the Phillies.
I was gonna say, was he at any Phillies game?
I don't think he's at Phillies
I
game, but
want-
I've seen him in Phillies gear.
If the Phillies went to the World Series and they had to go to the game
Oh
to
yeah,
Texas,
because
you think he would've
Dallas.
showed
Yeah.
up?
Oh yeah, I think we would wear
In
Phillies
Phillies
gear.
gear?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he does want to be an Eagle. Like until he is, I think he's a total fraud. But once he puts on the Eagles uniform, he's going to be a
Best
beast.
Eagle
Yeah, I don't know about ever, but he's the best defensive player in the league again. Like,
Again, he's just not there right now.
nah, that'd be insane. I would let
Would you put him on the edge like they're doing,
Yeah.
or would you put him at?
Put him
not
at
linebacker.
Yes.
No,
No.
No,
he
you
can't
don't.
cover. He can't cover.
You would put him on the edge with Hassan Reddick.
Like just like Hassan Reddick.
Sweat.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
see the
no,
BG.
see,
Ah, you hear
See
that,
you,
Brody?
Reddick would be gone, right?
Nate's got sweat going if Micah comes here.
How many? Excuse me.
He's older.
How many years? How many years does
He can play both sides, can he? Micah plays both sides.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, he's all over the place.
But how many years does he have left on his rookie deal? Nuh-uh. He's a free agent after this year?
This year's his contract?
No way. He got drafted in COVID, right? Or 2 years ago.
Look it up, Brody.
Did Papa Parsons tell you that? Or
Nate, I want to talk after the show just so we don't get you in trouble. Because that's actually really awesome that you got to do that and get that scoop. So
When you search up Micah
Did you
Parsons,
ask him what he thought of James
Yeah,
Franklin?
Eagles.
Micah Parsons, Eagles.
He signed a 4-year.
Look at the first thing that comes up.
All the way up.
Wow.
Stop there.
So when's his contract up?
4 years, $17 million.
okay,
Is this his contract
this
year?
is his third year, right?
Yeah.
So he can talk extension. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can talk extension this offseason.
Jerry's not going to let him walk.
I can't see it.
Jerry
No,
loves his
me neither.
linebackers. He's not going to.
I can't see it.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna give
tell
him.
him so.
He's gonna give him the highest paid defensive contract ever.
And he's going to tell him to shove.
Look,
If you can't build around somebody like Parsons, you're failing miserably.
If he comes to the Eagles, I think there might be a lot of crybabies.
Let him cry. I don't care.
You're right. He probably going to be the next highest paid.
He's gonna get because Bosa is right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna get more than Bosa, way more than Bosa.
Yeah, I don't know, but anybody's going to afford that other than
Dallas. Yeah. I mean, if he wants to play here, he's gonna have to take a discount because we play to win. We don't play to pay stars, you know. So I mean, even though they did pay Hurts and guys like AJ Brown.
Yeah, but they were our stars. We didn't.
Exactly. Exactly.
AJ, yeah,
I hear
AJ, we traded.
I hear you.
Homegrown.
Homegrown hurts. Smitty will remind us of that.
Yes.
Well, how much time we got?
56 in.
A little couple more minutes. It is Halloween next week.
Tuesday.
What was?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Wasn't there more you wanted to talk about?
Franklin. How much
Do
Franklin?
we want to talk about the Sixers?
I think this is the first year where I'm not like I'm obviously rooting for them to win, but I'm not invested like at all.
So there was some guy on Twitter today talking about how I don't know how all your Sixers fans don't want Harden on a team.
I don't
He's
care.
better.
I
better
don't care. They're a better
I think
team
it
with
was
him, but
Money
I don't-
Pot, I think was the handle. But no, I agree with. Look, with Harden on the court as a basketball team,
they're a better team.
they're a better team. But I just worry that the guy hasn't been a winner anywhere, and he's already called the GM a liar.
He's a drama
He's
queen.
not happy to be here. Like,
He's forced his way out of the last two teams that he's
3
played
teams.
on. And
Brooklyn?
the Sixers will be 3.
Houston, Brooklyn, now Sixers.
Yeah.
Don't forget about OKC. That was his first team. before
Yeah,
he went
but
out.
I mean that was blown up with KD and Russ, and he was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, he hasn't won anything. He's been to 2 conference finals?
No finals, 1 conference final.
1 conference
With
final?
Houston, they just ran into
Yeah,
Golden State.
he's just, I mean, he puts up a lot of numbers, but
They're kind of empty numbers.
some of them,
sometimes.
yeah, sometimes they are, but he just doesn't give you that, that feeling that you're going to be able to accomplish anything with him. He'll take you to a certain point and then he's done. And and the bad mojo that he just brings to the overall atmosphere of the team.
I think that's the thing is like you bring this guy back in the locker room. What's that say to your players? Like you can throw a
They
hissy.
wouldn't let him on the plane tonight.
No, but I'm saying like, throw a hissy fit. It's okay. We'll still let you. No consequences.
And what does that do with a new coach? Like,
Yeah.
One
What
side
kind of
would say, "Well, it's
culture?
a new coach. He can be,
Yeah.
he can be hard on him because he
Right.
doesn't care. He doesn't bring him in." Or you look at the other side where the new coach is like, "I can't deal with this guy," and
Yeah.
Harden's just going to take him
But-
over. Like, new coach, I've been here longer. I'm going to.
Harden also has to feel a little humbled that this whole offseason nobody was like crying over the phone for you, dude. Like nobody reached out.
He's beyond that.
Yeah.
He's 34,
Well, they're saying
35.
they're saying the Clippers are really the only ones interested.
And even
But
they are,
they're not even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
They're not giving up a lot to get you, dude. That
the
needs to tell you
Sixers.
something.
The Sixers have to get fair value for him, and if
You're
nobody's
not-
offering it, why are you going to trade him?
But-
We're not obligated to please him.
But also in this trade, he needs a new deal because his contract's up. So,
Okay.
So nobody's willing to pay him. That's what
Right,
I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
dude, take the writing on the wall. Like,
Yeah,
just suck it up. Like, go prove everyone wrong by balling out.
But that's where we're stuck between the rock and a hard
I know,
place, right?
it's like, yeah.
Do you want him out? Like, can he be
Well, I wish he
a
did this
happy
before.
camper for the season?
before
Just be
the
like,
fit.
all right, I'm just going to play. Let's forget about any contract.
Prove
talk.
everyone wrong.
It's a coach. I don't want to talk to Maury. Keep Maury away. And I'd be fine. Keep Maury away from me.
Yeah.
I'll play for Nick, and this is it. I'm out. I'm out after this. Don't talk to me. I'll come in. I'll do my job and be gone.
Yeah.
Can
But
he be a professional and do that?
No.
No.
Or is he going to sit in the locker room while he's doing that and like start talking in the ears of the younger guys and be like, you know, this is what they did to me. You don't want to be here. They're
Yeah.
going to do the same thing to you.
I heard he's been a great teammate. That's what Pat Bev said on his podcast.
Well, Pat Bev's
hasn't
saving.
been the best teammate.
He's also Pat Bev's saving
For him to say
face.
that, though, he said he's been professional, a leader.
I don't really give much to it. He's saving
He doesn't
face.
have a problem with the team.
Yeah, but is it professional to do what he did? And
Would
he's
you
a liar
would
and
you
he
publicly
has the
bash your
signs
boss?
and, like, you do that behind doors and you tell.
It's tough because Maury helped build his brand.
Exactly. Maury built a player.
Yeah.
It's tough because they were in Houston together.
Yeah, they're boys.
Harden's called him his dad. Like, he's called him his father.
Conversation was like, I've never seen it before, so that tells me that Maury actually must have promised him something and just.
I definitely think he did. Yeah, I think he told him we're going to give you you're going to be here.
He came out and said he was going to retire the Sixers. Tells me this was like the retirement money, right? This was going to be the end of my last, run, 3-4 year, $200 million or whatever it was going to be, and they just looked at it and said no.
Well, I think Maury promised him you're going to get a max deal, but then when all this was going down, he looked at him and said, "We'll give you a max, but it's only going to be 2 years." And Harden probably wanted 4 or 5.
Probably.
They're only down 8 right now to Milwaukee, and it's late in the third quarter. I'm a little surprised by that.
Well, they were just basketball's fun.
Yeah,
Do you think Harden plays for the Sixers?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, he will.
I think next week. Yeah, I think by next
But
week.
see, here's the question though.
Really?
If the team
Wow.
tells him don't come,
That's what
they
they're
can't find
investigating.
him, and that's what the league is going to
Yeah,
investigate.
they're
because
investigating
they have
that
this
right
new
now.
player participation policy because all these stars were not
The
playing
load management
on
thing.
the load management shit. They weren't playing on primetime games when these networks are paying to see LeBron go up against KD, and they're both like, it's a Tuesday. We played all weekend. We're not playing tonight.
Yep.
And so they're losing money. So they have this new policy where there needs to be, I don't know what the reason is or how they're actually overseeing it, but the Sixers are now investigating.
Yeah. No, the NBA is.
The NBA is investigating the Sixers and to see what's going on tonight.
It's a 2-point game.
I mean,
What the hell's going on?
What was he going to do, though? There's no way he was in play. He wasn't in shape. The whole thing about
He wasn't in practice. He wasn't at practice for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like he knows that. The Sixers know that.
Well, that's
But
what the
he-
Sixers.
So if you're talking about being a professional, if you're talking about being a professional, he was a professional. He packed his bags. He showed up. He said, "I'm ready to go." And the Sixers said, "Nah, you stay home." So that's
Where they're
how
going to
that
win.
falls out.
That's where they're going to win, though. Is they're going to say he wasn't in game shape because he missed the last 2 weeks of practice.
But they said he agreed. Like he talked to him and they said that he agreed that it was a good move for him to go back and stay back and get shots out of practice.
But then do you believe that story of today where that came out where he apparently went to the team plane and they denied him access onto the
Yeah,
plane?
they won't let him on.
Like, do you buy that story?
Apparently.
Just coming from the
Yeah,
club?
but I mean, you're getting on
You
the,
have no idea.
you're getting
Yeah.
on the plane now. You worked that off on the plane.
I don't know. Yeah.
He showed up drunk and they were like, he was at the strip club last night.
That's what I'm trying. Like who? Like
He was at the locker.
you can't give him that game day fine. I don't think.
I don't think he'll get fines.
I'll wait another couple years
You ever
before.
been to a strip club?
He's 18, dude.
Don't you have to be 18?
Nah, you gotta be
No, 21.
I thought it
No.
was too.
I mean, it depends. Are they
Yeah.
serving alcohol and are they checking the
Oh, yeah,
IDs?
that's true.
They check the
Yeah,
IDs.
it's gotta be 21. Yeah, Sixers are another
Yeah,
dumpster fire
we
in the
won't
making.
focus on them.
Exactly.
They're looking up from the bottom of the East.
Well, the one
Yeah.
thing to watch this year is how bad if it does unravel really bad. Watch the Embiid drama just
It's already started.
floodgates open. You know,
Already
everyone's
started.
gonna be like, "Oh, these teams are here, and he's unhappy. He wants out." I guarantee you that
Who
comes
started
out.
the next one? Was it
Chris
was it
Haynes.
Stephen A?
Chris Haynes, the Yahoo guy, and then Keith Pompey also reported on it. He leaked out their trade offer, which I think is BS.
And look, if you're the Knicks, yeah, make all the trade offers in the world.
Yeah.
That's
It's still not enough.
No, not at
but
all.
do you really want to trade him in the division?
No, I don't want to trade him at
It's-
all.
Yeah, I don't
No,
wanna trade
well,
him.
no,
At
of
all.
course
But
not.
Yeah, you don't want to trade him.
But not in a division.
Because the Knicks are a joke. What do they offer? They're offering you garbage. Yeah, I saw the offer, but like that doesn't do it for me.
No, Brunson was the only one.
I thought Brunson was in.
Nah, he's the only one they're
They can
keeping.
keep Randall too.
They're off. But it doesn't do it for you.
Point guard and a center.
Yeah,
That's always been in this, right? That's tried and true with the Knicks.
Yeah.
They've always had a center.
Yeah.
This is the longest I think I've ever seen the Knicks without a decent center.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson. Come on, that's their center.
All right. Did we cover everything we missed while we were out?
I think so.
I
Penn
know
State's
hockey
still.
season.
Penn
You want
State's-
to touch on Penn State? Yes.
Come on, it's. I mean,
let's go. Let's
this
do it.
is.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
This is how many
getting
years
out.
in a row? You want to talk about broken records with
I'm
the
getting it out.
Sixers and the same old song?
Franklin.
Smitty, you might want to tune out for
I
this.
know.
I mean, at what
I
point
said
do
it last year. I
Penn?
said it the year before. I'm not a Franklin fan.
But true Penn Staters like Smitty, give him credit. The dude is dying on his hill. At what point do you say, "All right, enough's enough. You got to do something"? This man
He's got a 10-year
cannot win.
contract.
That just blows me
He
away.
cannot win the game. All right.
This
Enough was enough 3 years ago.
Well, all right. I'll give you the bowl games. Okay, cool. You win your bowl games, but they don't matter. You're
They-
Penn State football. You need to
Should
be in the
be in the
playoffs.
The
Yes.
only thing that matters for those bowl games is the payday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still do
Yeah.
have.
if Ohio State can lose to
But
Michigan, and
but
we can
in
win
reality, they're not making.
What Penn State needs to do is they need to beat Michigan, which is very likely they do.
Ohio State don't. Oh no, they do have.
Ohio State.
They do have
Ohio
one.
State. What? I think it's likely they beat Michigan at Penn State.
You think all the distractions? And all
Yeah,
the-
and all these sign
investigations
stealing
Yeah, there's a lot of shit
allegations
going on there. What?
You think Michigan's better than? I don't think Georgia's number one. I mean, I know they're number one, but I don't think Georgia's that good. I mean, they're good, but like I think they're beatable. I think Washington and Florida State.
I was
Florida
going to say
State.
FSU.
Florida State looks good.
FSU, Florida State.
They look
Washington.
good.
I don't trust those.
Michigan just runs the ball. They run the ball down your throat and they play great defense and they steal your signs. But I don't know if they can beat. But if you get into a passing game, I don't know if they're beating you.
Who's going to pass on them, though?
I think
Penn State should be able to. I
They
don't know what
sucked
happened.
against
I
Ohio
know,
State.
I don't know what happened.
Receivers.
I don't know what happened
I-
this past weekend.
I think it's likely that Penn State beats Michigan. It's just a game where they'll come back. They'll get everyone back in it. We still get to make the playoffs.
Then they'll lose to Rutgers.
It's
That's how Penn State
it's
works.
still
They will lose
just
to
4
Rutgers.
teams, right?
Yeah.
They didn't expand
Nah.
yet. Yeah, I think
Next year you'll be in
the
the
slim
playoffs.
Yeah.
Next
the
year's
slim chance they
next
get
year's
in.
16 or 8?
Eight.
Is 8?
Eight.
And the following year is 16?
It's 12, I think.
All right.
They're really going to 12.
Yeah, so next year you'll be next forever now you'll be in the playoffs.
Should be.
So will Notre Dame. Notre Dame will be in the playoffs every year. You know,
Maybe Temple will sneak in.
we'll see. Don't get
Unless-
carried away.
But he
now.
wants to
Medi-
bet you right now Michigan will not beat Penn State.
Michigan will not beat Penn State. I'm saying, wait, why am I? Yeah, Penn State's going to beat Michigan.
How much?
How much, Smitty?
Smitty, I'm on
Nate will take
Penn
that
State's side here. I think they do beat Michigan.
You think
So they-
Michigan wins?
Penn State wins out.
Yeah.
They
Michigan
probably
by
get in.
You think they get into the playoffs?
Well, here's the thing. Jim just made a good question. If Penn State wins out, do they get in? I think they do because Michigan loses.
Michigan loses.
Penn State slides in. Ohio State
What
could
will they
lose.
be ranked?
Ohio State could lose to Michigan too.
What
That was
what's
what they were saying. So then Ohio State would have the 2.
Would have I mean, that's the thing. Do you put in Michigan and Ohio State over Penn State, even though Penn State beat Michigan?
But
What's
lost
Penn
Ohio
State right
But
now?
lost to Ohio State. They're 7.
7?
I don't know what they are this week. Are they still at 7?
I
They
think-
were 7 before they lost.
I think they're okay. Then maybe they're 9 or 8. They didn't go down crazy. They're
Because
still
Ohio
top,
State was 3.
They're still top 10.
Yeah.
Penn State lost a position on their bye week. So that's how
They
Really?
lost. They lost to the bye week.
Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think they were 6 and
Slipped
they
on
went
the
down
bye.
to 7. No,
Frank
Damn.
can't even beat the bye week. Jeez. Nah,
the guy. This was the year.
this was year to do it because
Yeah,
it's so wide
it's
open.
so wide
Ohio-
open.
But I'm saying this is the year to beat Ohio State.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't
Quarterback
as good as
sucks.
they've been.
Hey.
He stinks. McCord is brutal. They've been flip flopping back and forth between quarterbacks because they can't figure out like who's okay and who's not. Like Ohio State.
Kyle McCord.
Is Marvin Harrison's nickname really Maserati Marvin?
Nah,
I've never heard that
Johnson
before.
is China.
Gus is annoying the hell out
It's
of
like,
me.
dude,
Never heard
stop.
that.
Stop trying to make
Nobody
it happen.
calls him
Stop
that.
trying to. I'm like, yeah. He doesn't
Maserati
seem
Marv.
like a Maserati Marv kind of guy to me. Stop trying to make that happen.
It was a 2-point game. Now it's a 9-point game.
There you go.
Back to the Sixers.
Like Nate
PJ
said,
Tucker
Game of
throwing
Thrones.
fits on the sideline.
Is he?
Yeah, he's freaking out. Yelling at him, like just yelling, but
Is he chucking off from his corner?
nah, he's on the
Did
bench.
PJ hit any baskets tonight? Did he shoot any baskets tonight?
No,
Did you
he's got 5. He's got 5 fouls.
There you go.
Oh,
That's a good
PJ.
Tucker stat
Oh,
line.
yeah, PJ.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the Ben Simmons stat line?
He's guarding Giannis.
Yeah.
A couple of them were questionable.
Did you see the Ben Simmons stat line the other night? He had like 2 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. I was like, this dude's not changed at all. Like everyone's trying to hype this guy up.
No.
He's the same player.
He's
You
the
just
same
reminded
player
us.
since day one.
We completely missed the topic tonight. Now that you remind me, we were talking about Ben Simmons and
I would take Vince.
the biggest Philly collapses.
Oh,
Oh.
I wanted to lead off with that, but
Sixers are up there. A few of them are.
like
Phillies
when we did
this year.
our brackets
How far back you
earlier
going?
earlier in the year we did our brackets
March Madness.
and Joe Carter won the whole bracket for the most heartbreaking Philly moment.
Yeah.
But if we're just talking like Philly collapses,
How far
Like,
back
they
you going to
should've-
go?
1985.
Because,
I don't
you
wanna
know,
remember.
1964,
yeah, the Whiz Kids, yeah.
no, that was 1950.
But the Whiz Kids were
The Whiz Kids were 1950.
he remembers. He knows.
No, he doesn't. I was in diapers in
Oh,
64.
God. Yeah,
54?
64.
You could have been in diapers in 52.
yeah. I think this year's Phillies was up there. The Sixers last year being up 3-2 at home was up
See,
there.
the biggest collapse has to come with the expectation.
I thought
Last year,
the
last year there was no expectation for the Phillies. Last year was no expectation.
I don't.
This year, I think there was expectation.
Yeah,
It's a big
that-
collapse.
That loss to Tampa Bay at the vet, that last game at the vet.
Expectations. Yep, that was a big
What
one.
about the first? Not the first Super Bowl for the Eagles. Patriot 04 or 05. You guys expect them to win that?
Come on, Donovan.
Yeah, throwing up.
I think we felt like we had a good team, but it was still the Patriots.
I was still too young
Well,
to
the
really
Patriots
remember,
were just starting that dynasty.
Last
They got
year.
your stars.
But yeah, and they had already won.
I feel like we had
One
a better
or
offense,
two?
right? We had T.O., Westbrook, L.J. Smith,
Yeah,
a better
they were-
O-line,
They were
right?
just the New England machine.
Yeah,
Just-
Brady.
Last year to me was
Mm-mm. New England's O-line was really good.
Better than the Eagles. Runyon,
Did they have
Trey
Will Ford,
Thomas,
too?
Yeah,
Their
but they were
defense was
they were
decent.
really good.
Will Fork and
Brewski.
Vrabel
Yeah, Teddy-
and
Teddy
Vannoli and all those
Brewski.
guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What about the Flyers?
Flyers 04.
Was 04? What was 2010?
Nine-
When they
97.
got swept by the
97 when they
The
got swept by
Devils?
the Red Wings.
Without, yeah.
The Flyers 2010 weren't they up 2-1?
Yeah, but they were the 8th seed.
No, Stanley Cup.
They were the 8th seed.
Against Chicago, they were up 2-1 though, weren't they
But
coming
they were-
home?
No, they were down 2 and they came back to make it 2-2.
The
Jesus
Patrick
Christ.
Kane game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And went under the.
Yeah, it went through the
Boucher's
hole in the
leg.
net or whatever.
Yeah.
And that goal was insane.
Nobody
Yeah.
knew it went in.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
they
knew
kept
it.
playing.
Yeah.
Nobody knew it was in.
That goal
And they're all like, "Where's the puck?"
And to lose the Stanley Cup that way, it's just like.
But that wasn't a
But they
collapse.
were the ace. Yeah, and they were
that
the
was
AC
That
going
was a
in.
good run. That's
They
what
were
I'm saying. Like
right. They got
there were
hot and made a
years
run.
where we were expected to just walk to a championship
Yeah.
and they blew it. Like the Sixers have done it twice now at
Yeah.
least.
story.
I mean, last year they should have that. Oh my god, I can't.
Yeah.
Last year was their
The Hawks,
was
the year against the Hawks.
that year, and the Kawhi bounce, the Kawhi shot,
Yeah.
quadruple bounce. That year too. That might have been the worst. That might have been the worst.
Because there were expectations on that team.
I mean, that year.
Because it was just like long. It was like
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a 7-game
it took
series,
forever.
not
and
even that. I mean the bounce.
Right.
Oh,
it
yeah.
took forever.
It was like 10. It was literally.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
but if you
Every bounce, I kept waiting for it to fall to the floor, and it never did.
But if you remember that series, there was like 2 or 3 blowout games. One or two by the Sixers and 1 or 2 by the Raptors, and it was like, who the hell is going to win the series? It was crazy.
How about the 2010 Phils lost to the Giants?
Oh yeah, 111 win season
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Take
They just
any
walked- the Giants were the Phillies. That
any
year,
of
right?
those years after 08.
Yeah.
Take any of them.
09 wasn't. I don't think they were expected.
Sure, that they were World Series defending
But
champs.
the Yankees were insane.
So what? They were the World
Insane.
Series defending champs back in the World Series.
Alright.
That you have to be expected to win. Yeah, and that. Let's see. Yeah, that was.
The Yankees lineup was nuts.
Yeah, it was.
We also lost.
But I still think that
They
Philly
lost.
should
They
have won
lost
that.
Jamie Moore. Joe Blanton wasn't. Was Joe Blanton back on the team?
Yeah, Cliff Lee was killing it.
Right. Cliff Lee, Cole Hamels, and Pedro
No,
Martinez.
that was the year before.
Pedro was there.
09 was the year we
09
lost.
was the year we lost to the
Yankees.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Cliff Lee was
We were in the
Yeah.
series then?
Cliff Lee won the 2
Yeah.
games that we won.
Pedro was on our team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. He gave up the big home run that hit Denki
Pedro
Matsui.
Martinez. Yeah.
2010 though. Over was Cliff still on the team in 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was when he collapsed against the NLCS. It was
Halle Hamels and Oswald. I thought were the
4 aces. 4 aces.
in 2010. I think they were the only guys that were pitching. Right? Was Oswald?
Oswald wasn't here yet in 2010, right?
No, he
2011
was.
is when they got him.
You sure?
I thought so. Because there was the
No, I
4
thought he
aces.
No.
No, he was on the
Because
09 team that
Roy
lost.
was here 4 years. The first 2 were great. The last 2 were eh.
Oh, shoot. Really?
Yeah.
What years? I thought it was 2011 he started here. Because
No.
Joe Bland was on 09 because he was a part of he was the 5th ace, they said. Like,
Yeah.
They made him
No,
feel good
the
about
4 aces.
himself.
Yeah.
No. The 4 aces were not 09.
I know, but I'm saying I thought Joe Blanton wasn't on the team, but he was.
Yeah, he was on. Yeah,
He was on.
because he was in 08.
Yeah.
He was on the team in
Yeah.
08. Yeah, that team should have won.
That today
Those
is
are-
actually the
those are the
anniversary of
ones-
Joe Blanton's home run.
Those are the ones that we should be pissed about.
That 2011
Where
Phillies
the
team was,
expectations
yeah.
were there.
Yes.
They were,
And they
they were
should have.
good.
Yeah,
They should have won.
yeah. And once they got the 4 aces,
Yeah.
expectations were. I mean, everybody was like, "Yeah, we just start the parade now."
So I think
Sixers? I don't know.
coming back.
Down 5.
How much time's left?
It's Uber, man. It's Uber.
Still third quarter. 2
All right.
minutes left.
All right. Well, we'll shut it down and we can watch the fourth quarter.
I wish I didn't care, but here I am.
I said
Yep.
I wasn't gonna watch
I need
it,
a.
but I-
You're roped in already.
We need a small victory. You know, we're
little
down.
something.
We're down bad. Let us get an opening night
Little
victory
taste. Little
against the
taste.
Bucks. Let us get a little bit.
All right.
Let us
Three ball.
give us
Actually, it's a 3-ball.
give us a little tickle. You know what I mean?
All right. We can do it. We
Yeah,
can do
give
it.
us one small.
Stop when the tickle like this, will you?
How else are you going to tickle?
Yeah, exactly.
Like this?
Yeah.
All right, folks.
little
Let's-
sprinkle.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back after weeks off. Yeah, we won't have any playoff games coming up on any Thursdays.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Was it today?
Yeah. Now I got nothing to look forward to. On
No,
weekends
yesterday.
to watch besides
Yesterday, I
football.
was
College football.
I was like,
Why with the World Series?
we came back from walking the dog, and I'm like, there's no baseball to watch. What the hell are we going to do? What am I going to watch?
What did we do the last decade when there was no baseball?
Are you
to
going to watch the
And
World Series?
I'm not going to watch a pitch of the World
Probably
Series.
not.
Nope. Not me.
Not a single minute.
I might
of
check
it.
the scores.
Screw that.
That's it.
F that. No
Uh,
way.
I know we don't care, but we're rooting for the Rangers or the D-backs.
I'm rooting for every. No, I'm not gonna say. I don't even like. I I don't care. I don't care.
There's a guy I work with in our Arizona office who's very excited. So I said to him, I will root for your Diamondbacks, but I won't watch a single minute of it.
Yeah.
So you'll have to give me the updates on whether they win.
Are you doing the old you got to root for the team that beat you
No,
thing?
I don't believe in that.
That's crap.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
I agree.
I think my mentality is more that I can't root for anything that comes out of Texas.
Yeah, and it's Dallas,
okay.
and
That's
they
why I go
do
on-
play in Dallas.
That's
No,
why I go on
Arlington.
the
I think it's Dallas.
No, they play in Arlington.
It
That's
is
why I go
certainly.
What?
Speechless.
You got choked up? You're not upset
You want
about
to try that
He
again?
said- he's saying it's Arlington.
Yeah, they play in Arlington.
I'm just curious, real quick. Halloween's next week. What's your favorite Halloween candy that you
it?
got?
Halloween candy.
Trick or treating.
Trick or treating.
Like when you went to the house and you're like, oh, they got this.
Well, there was always the one house in the neighborhood that gave out the big bars. There was
That's
a
a
guy.
good- that's
There was
a
a
good-
guy in Juniata that legend is he worked for a candy factory. So he'd give you like the little brown sandwich bags with a big bar and like some other like a pack of gum.
Nice.
So it was nice. We'd make a beeline to his house first and then do the rest of the neighborhood. Man, I'm a Snickers guy. Three
Snickers.
Musketeers.
Three Musketeers?
I like a candy corn.
Yeah, can't. That's
Three
where you
Musketeers
lose.
is a good
But nobody
candy bar.
really gives out candy
Nobody,
corn.
as they shouldn't, as
Yeah,
they
that's
should.
not like trick or treating.
Wait, so
Peanut chews?
Nate, when you went up to a house, is that where you were like, oh, they got this? Like you were excited for peanut chews? That's your number one?
Like when you got home, you separated.
Yeah, the good from the bad.
Yeah.
Peanut chews was always.
Okay.
So what went? Well, here we go. What went into the bad pile?
Whoppers.
No.
Yeah.
No. You guys
Snickers.
are off.
Whoppers are they're terrible.
Black-
Almond Joys and Mounds
Almond
went right to the
Joy,
side.
No.
Oh.
That's a good candy bar.
Milk duds are
Oh,
brutal.
milk duds
They're
are
brutal.
good. No, milk duds are good.
Brutal. Almond Joys.
Caramel with chocolate?
Like Milk Duds is a baseball game thing.
That's what you leave in your toilet.
So where are you at then?
I'm classic. I go with the Hershey's bar or
Okay.
Reese's.
Reese's is a good item.
I was
Reese's is
M&M
good.
peanuts.
M&M's are up there too. Underrated. Starburst or Jolly Ranchers.
No Jolly Rancher.
No.
What? Jolly Ranchers. Are good.
You don't like Jolly Ranchers?
Nah, not
that's-
anymore.
That's
You probably like
candy.
Twizzlers.
That's a good.
No,
Can-
I'm
oh, I
not-
love
Yeah, I know
Twizzlers.
you do.
I'm more of a chocolate than a sugar guy.
Yeah,
I like chocolate.
I can respect that.
Hey,
I
no.
haven't had a Jolly Rancher in years, but like Laffy Taffy,
I can't do that.
a bottle cap maybe, but a Jolly Rancher, I feel like at this point is too much.
No, I
Starbursts are good.
I can dig
I'll do
a
Starburst.
nice Jolly Rancher.
Skittles.
Watermelon, sour apple. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Did you just turn off his mic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, slide it up. So what's the number one then? What? Brody, what's your number one Halloween candy when you go trick or treating that you look forward to?
M&M's. He's an M&M's.
Plain or peanuts? Okay.
Plain.
Right. I forgot who I'm talking about. The plain pizza guy.
All right, I can respect M&M's as being number one.
Yeah,
I
so
like
What'd you
M&Ms.
say?
All right,
No, peanut M&M
Brody, We
peanuts.
gotta have a discussion, dude.
They're
he
not
hasn't eaten
gross.
Peanut butter and jelly. He's never eaten a peanut butter and jelly. It's just straight jelly.
Dude, that's a
Wait, straight jelly?
outstanding.
No.
Well, he's straight peanut butter.
Yeah, I don't do jelly.
No.
Opposites here.
Peanut butter and jelly on white toast is
Greatest.
awesome.
Peanut butter and fluff.
I've done the fluff, but
Nah.
nothing beats peanut and jelly.
Try it peanut butter and jelly on white toast, dude.
No, fresh white bread.
Or that.
So soft and
Or that.
the best. Nah, wheat bread is for sissies. Yeah, well, you know, you look at his body. I'm worried about healthy.
And none of y'all said nothing about potato bread. Oh,
I
Mm.
can't do
On,
a
like,
peanut butter
peanut
and
butter
jelly on
sandwich,
potato bread, though.
And what's the
I'll do a turkey sandwich. And,
Nate?
All right, yeah.
Nate, what's the
Peanut butter
best
and
potato
jelly.
bread there is? There's only one answer.
Yeah,
It's
Buns.
Martin's, period.
Potato buns.
Potato bread, it's Martin's, period.
Pepperidge Farms makes a nice potato bread.
Pepperidge Farms.
Have you ever tried Martin's?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah. Remember this. Have you tried Martin's?
I have, yeah.
How did we go?
Well, then how can you go wrong?
How do we go from Halloween candy to potato buns?
I don't know.
Where did that?
Nate,
Yeah, Nate, that's right. It was Nate.
buns.
Yeah.
All right, we got a whole other topic that we'll bring up next time. We're going the opposite of Mount Rushmore because I liked where that was going earlier. So
Mount Rushmore.
remind me next week to our Mount Rushmore of toilet paper is where we're going.
What, dude?
Next week. So, yeah. All right, folks. Again, thanks for hanging out with us. It's been a while. We missed being here. We're going to be heavy Eagles. Heavy Eagles, right?
Now we don't
Maybe
have a
we'll
choice.
maybe we'll sneak in some
That's
Sixers. Maybe
that's
a
our
hockey comment.
Well, if nothing else, there will be drama with the Sixers, so you can talk.
and
It's nah.
Look at Nate telling us hockey.
Eagles
The
is
Flyers are
our
better than
basics. The Eagles are our base defense, man. That's what we always go back to.
That's true. That's true, right? Get back to the basics.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us again on another episode of the Sand and Boot First podcast. Go Birds. We didn't even break down the Commanders game, but should be. The Commanders lost to the Giants. So
Yeah, and Sam
I
Howell's
know-
banged up, right?
Yeah, and it was an overtime game last time, but the team's
I think
in a
they
different
handled him
place.
this time.
Shouldn't be a worry.
It's going to be another home game.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I'm saying, 31. No,
Let's bust it out this week. 42. 13.
oh, I'll say 38-20.
30-10.
What you got?
14-7.
What? Get the hell. Why are you such a contrarian, man? All the time.
If it's 14,
What do you got, Nate?
If it's 14-7, we're going to be sweating.
27-13.
Jesus, you're close too.
Brody,
Look at Obrey out here.
Eagles Commanders,
Obrey getting work.
24-17. 34-17. And the Spartans look to close out their undefeated season this Sunday against Far Northeast. And then marching on to the playoffs.
Cool.
So let's go Spartans, let's go Birds. And we will see you all next week. Until then, be excellent to each other. Let's go Sixers.
Franklin's still sucks.